So this is my video book report on Finding Alice by Melody Carlson. This is for composition. I'm just going to do a quick summary of the book. So the main character of the book is this girl named Alice, and she bases the story that she develops paranoid schizophrenia. Um, in the beginning of the book, she's quite average. She's a college girl, and she starts developing the symptoms. She starts to think that people are trying to kill her or see her, poison her food, things like that. She thinks that her boyfriend is cheating on her, so she breaks up with him. A couple of her friends see that there's something very wrong with her, and they call her parents, and they take her back to her house. And her parents are very, very, very strict and religious. Alice is only allowed to wear skirts at all times. So is her mother. Um, so when they find out that she's having these problems, they think it is a demon inside of her, so they call the priest, exorcism, the whole 9 yards. Um, However, her parents aren't exactly so convinced that it's a demon, but the church group is. But what really pushes the parents over is that she has this next door neighbor, and he is depicted in the story as like the caterpillar in Alice in Wonderland, who is smoking and hookah, whatever. And the boy in the story is actually smoking weed, and she ends up smoking weed too, and that sends her parents overboard, and they send her to a psychiatric ward. Now, of course, like the stereotypical psychiatric ward is, they're very mean to her, they poke and prod her, all that stuff. But she ends up escaping, but she is on the streets. And it's very hard for her because she's homeless, she's starving, some people mess with her. But she does find a cat named Cheshire, ironically. But he does get sick, and she gets two friends. She calls them Tweedledee and Tweedledum, and they're two gay best friends, or whatever, partners. And they tell her that there's a lady named Faye, and they call her the Cat Lady because she has a bunch of cats, and she can take her cat Cheshire to the Cat Lady to fix her up. So Alice goes to the Cat Lady to take her cat to get better, and in that process, Alice ends up living and staying with the Cat Lady, or as she calls her, Faye. And she does get better. I mean, her psychiatric problems don't get better, but she does get healthier. She's not so starving anymore, and she's actually gaining energy. But one day while she's at Faye's house, her nephew comes over to help her move some boxes, and Faye tells him that Alice has mental problems. And believe it or not, he has had those too, and he got better by going to a center run by a man called Mr. Golding. And he's very nice, and their center and treatment center is very, very worldwide known, and it's said to be better than anything else. So he tells her about this, tells Alice, and she says, I'll think about it, and she goes over for a visit, and she does find it that it's very, very nice and pretty. They end up going to a ball that is hosted there, and she decides that it is probably best for her to go, and so she does, and she likes it there. There's cooking and gardening, and while she's there, she finds out, or she gets a call from her mom, and a visit from her mom, and she divorced her husband because she realized that being with him was wrong, was a bad idea, and that he was being abusive. And her mom got to wear pants. I think it's the best part of the story. Her mom got to wear pants, and they all got to wear pants. But Alice does end up getting better due to the center that she was in, Mr. Golding. And at the end of the story, she's a happier, better person. She helps other people with mental problems. And it's just a really, really great book to read. It's a lot of good life lessons, very well written. It's one of my favorite authors, and you should read it sometime. Bye.